back. It's still here for another episode of Fallen Legion, Laendur route. So after going through the Burnt Waste in the last episode and beating the Manticore, thus earning the villagers' favor, although the messenger, I forgot her name already, Lyria was it? She ended up shielding for Laendur, so she died, and here we are, still alive. Hopefully that sacrifice was worth it. We'll find out once this story is over. But now we're going to Rynce Crypt. Kind of want to try the cleave technology. You know what I'm talking about. Last stage, we finally got Longinus to cleave her attacks. In which case, if we use the gravity embrace of Dardanelles, should get a good cleave. Another awesome soundtrack.
Bodhi's blessing! David's spear!
Okay. Counter. I remember equipping my big guy with a death blow that increases my mana, so we're gonna try to capitalize that, make sure he gets the death blow. Got me choked there. Damn, 751. Dangerous smother. Let's observe. Oh, another gladiator looking guy with a wyvern. Oh damn, I used that with accident. Kinda sucks for that wyvern. Every time we get a perfect guard, it's gonna fall in the ground. Easier and really susceptible to combos. Like that. So we can just play around it once he's alone. Oh, failed that one. Well, better now than never. Interrogate that. Oh, this guy. Looks cool. Boss. Oh, well, with that big hammer, it doesn't heal. Oh, yeah. Doesn't deal as much damage as I think it would. Or, oh my god, never mind. This guy's dangerous. How can I not block that? Yeah, back at you, brother. Yeah, another flawed boss, I guess. Just like the Wyvern, he becomes defenseless after a perfect guard. Oh, and he's actually part of us. Another legion. So now we can make a beefy group. Got 3 melee users and 3 DPSs. Or 2 DPS. Dardanelles and Winchester. My liege, it has become concerning just how many of our soldiers we have had to imprison as of late. With each day that passes, our soldiers become more restless and tired. I'm afraid we are low on funding and supplies. What? What of our supplies? We requisitioned a week's worth of rations from the last village we passed through, but they haven't been properly stored. The cooks tell me some of it has begun to spoil. We may be able to make it last a fortnight if we move to half rations, but half rations are better than starving. While you are of course correct, some of the soldiers may not see it that way. What can we do? Do they not know that they march with the future? The antidote that will fix this plagued empire? They should be filled with patriotic fervor, knowing that they bring the hero Phenumia to the throne. Instead, you claim morale to be low. I just don't understand. You are leading them into a civil war. The longer that remains a state of affairs, the more reluctant they will become to fight and kill their countrymen. A soldier happily kills invaders and plunders their wealth, but may balk at fighting their friends to place a man on the throne. Makes sense. I am not insensible to their concerns, but a warrior's word should be their bond, through good weather and ill. It is this lack of integrity I cannot abide. If I cannot trust a soldier to be loyal to their commander, who can I trust? Then perhaps you should look to address 1 or 2 of their concerns more directly. If you alleviate pressure in one area... Brother, terrible news. Delightful, Bryn. I can always count on you to be a radiant beam of sunshine in any dark hour. Then you'd rather remain ignorant of the fact that the Illydrian Legion is in full revolt? What? Although they declared for you at first, they've grown more and more restless since then. Now they're claiming that they can't follow someone who executes his own soldiers without so much as a tribunal. What? They claim a deserter who you'd sent to military prison, while he who awaited trial has been denied that trial and summarily executed. I ordered no such thing. I know, brother. My own agents say that the camp was attacked by the Octavia and her companions, and they murdered this deserter in cold blood. Either the Illydrian Legion doesn't know, or they're just looking for an excuse. Why in David's name did she do that? I have no idea, but given the result, we can't discount the possibility that it was an attempt to discredit you. I feel like it's Bryn who's trying to discredit him. He seems fishy enough to me. I will add that to my list of grievances against the woman, but this rebellion cannot stand. I will stomach complaints, but disobedience must be punished with the sword. Brother, what is wrong? We have run into supporters of the Octavia, but you cannot rule through fear. I hear your words, brother, but I cannot let Octavia undermine me. If the carrot isn't working, I must try the stick. The stick it is. Sticks and stones. We've come a long way from our beginning point. Well, he has good health. But Zulfiqar should still be in front. Alright. We're out. So boys' night out this stage. Oh damn, got interrupted. A lone Garm. Is this an insult? I'm gonna eat this guy in no time. Dismiss. This is your last chance. Surrender now and I may yet be lenient. I think not. A commander who murders his subordinates at a whim, whatever their crimes, does not deserve to be followed, much less surrendered to. Why would we surrender to an emperor who butchers his prisoners in cold blood? You have misunderstood the facts. I ordered no one. What? Now you mean to lie and deny it? Pathetic. Hold your tongue. To think once Legatus Mercer and I believed in you. You may not be worse than the last emperor, but you are hardly better. Well, that's it for that Illydrian Legion. Oh damn, threw an axe at me. Oh, an axe. Put it back in your face. Alright, one left. It's a bit too late to use that, I guess, but... Oh, I guess there's more. So I probably used it in vain. I doubt it's gonna be a boss at this stage.
Odie's blessing!
Damn. God, Splitter. Let's negotiate. Good splash. turn.
Odie's blessing.
Okay, we get another Hadron to Cestus. How can we even block something next to each other? Alright, one down. Mr. Chunky. All out attack, charge.
Impact.
Ooh, damn. Back at their face. My offense is pretty weak this round. Maybe I was playing too slow. Siege stance. I assume it's gonna be have a lower defense, slower but stronger attacks. Alright, no dilly-dallying, go straight. I feel like there's gonna be a boss this stage. Let's balance too. Still more of the Revolt, still fighting Illydrians. Okay, what's going on? What did she cast? Nope. Okay, we're gonna need at this stage 10%. Guys are beefy. Beefy, beefy. Alright. Need to get like a perfect guard against the golem. Shatter his defenses. Paste. There we go. Get him. Don't let up. Oh man. There we go. One more. Alright, get him back. Our legionnaires.
Odie's blessing.
Oh, it's a buff-looking knight. Normally, Legatus Mercer, this is where I would offer you the chance to lay down your arms. But I have lost patience with you and your ridiculous crusade. Your accusations against me are baseless, and you have not done nothing more than lead the soldiers to follow you to the depths. I gave you my trust, and this is how you repay me. No criminal believes he is guilty, so I suppose it should not surprise me to hear you lie. But I confess it saddens me. I thought you a man of principle and honor. Ha! What makes you think a traitor is in any position to question my honor? It is you who has betrayed me, not the other way around. Treason is a matter of perspective, Legatus Laendur. I was a fool to call you Emperor. It is not a mistake I will make twice. On that we agree. I will make quite sure this is the last mistake you ever make. Alright, bring it on. Got like 2 shields with spike in them. Alright. Okay, he's not becoming defenseless, probably because he's a boss. That being said, we still get AP off of guarding him, and he's slow. Quite easy to predict right now. That being said, he's really beefy. Oh, did you just summon? The gravity is going to be significant. Put him in the crosshairs of all my attacks.
While the enemy is weak,
Not today! Not today!
Odie's blessing.
Being shielded. Oh my. Dardanelles now.
Cody's blessing.
Almost there, guys. Oh man. Almost there. And he just disappears. That's weird. My liege. Yes, Antoinette? I fear for your safety. The Illydrian are known for their fierce loyalty to their own. Legatus Mercer was beloved as well. What shall we do about the others? I will not have another rebellion. We cannot afford it. Distribute lots to each of the Illydrian cohorts. One of each 10 soldiers is to be executed. Decimation is to be the punishment? You disagree? I wouldn't presume, my liege. They are all traitors. By right, you could sentence them all to the headsman's axe. It would certainly ensure they would not rebel again.
For half a moment, I found myself in my fury considering Antoinette's suggestion. And though it was not her intention, it was that moment that brought me clarity. No one would rebel without cause. If rebellion were a power play by an ambitious commander, it would likely only come when the commander felt safe in their superiority as a fighting force. Though the Illydrian soldiers were some of the best, Mercer was not such a fool as to think they would have bested the multiple legions I marched to meet him.
Fair enough.
The soldiers had only followed him because they shared his concerns, however ultimately unfounded they may have been. If I were to simply execute them en masse, or even in great numbers, I would be more likely to foment further rebellion, not crush it out. After all, as David had once said, the comfortable may be intimidated by fear. The desperate are only convinced.
Hold, Antoinette. Forget that order. Execute Legatus Mercer's commanding staff. They are without question traitors, but the common soldiers do not deserve my wrath. Gather them to watch the execution. I will address them after. Of course, my liege. Now this is really good. Times 2 damage after perfect block, and then defenseless with Dardanelles. And then if I have Longinus, it's gonna increase her speed too. I feel like they're the perfect team right now, once I put it out. Alright, execution it is for those guys, but for now we'll call it a day for this episode. Next time we'll see what unfolds, but for now, yes, I'll see you guys next time.